Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching. My name is Will Johnson, United America First. I want to thank you for joining me. I want to let you know that if you're watching right now on Facebook, you can always watch us on YouTube at the same time. We stream at YouTube along with Facebook that way. So some people prefer one platform over the other. So by all means, whichever platform that you like, please go to it. And if you haven't sometimes gone to YouTube, go there, because there's people that come on YouTube and watch, and they're having conversation as well while the show is going on. And of course, here on Facebook. All right, so there's a lot going on right now in the world, but let me say this first. We have an event coming up this weekend in San Diego. And this event is for going to the border. I'm going to the border in San Diego, and a lot of people want to push this to life for Kate Steinle. And you know what? Kate Steinle, her memories are going to be there. We're going to talk about Kate Steinle most definitely. We didn't have any plan, or the plan was not to have this event in San Diego because of what's going to happen with the Kate Steinle trial. That didn't even come up at all. But part of the reason is because of everything that's going on with criminals coming to the country and harming American citizens. And that's the main reason why we want to do this, and the main reason why we're going there is because all the human trafficking, the gun trafficking, the drug trafficking, all of this taking place, and the mainstream media is focused on Trump wanting to build a wall to protect us all, as if that's a bad thing. That's what they're focusing on. Trump building a wall as if that's a bad thing, when he's wanting to build the wall to protect us here in America. And we have our local state government is pretty much a tyrannical or a tyrant. The local state government here is completely tyrant. And it's like gone far. It's just gone far enough. I mean, people are getting fed up with it. People are getting sick about it. So when we're going down, I'm going down to San Diego, and myself, Ben, and Marcos, and there's another gentleman named Jeff, and there's quite a few people that's going. Hareem is going, and there's a lot of people going. And to be honest with you, I was just thinking that maybe might be 20 of us down there. And if 20 of us is down there, that's fine by me. The reason why I'm going is because I want to bring attention to what's happening in the state of California. And also, this is, for the border patrols that are getting shot at and getting killed. I mean, these men and women are down they're literally on the front line from the rest of the world trying to protect us. And you have the liberal left that's trying to do everything they can to allow these illegals come in here. And it's not even just illegals. It's illegal criminals. I like to say it like that, illegal criminals. And you can't put illegal and criminal. I mean, they're pretty much the same thing, but you have some that are just completely hateful. And the liberal left media is trying to make it look like Donald J. Trump is racist because he wants to protect us. is completely crazy. So I'm gonna play this video clip for you, and it's a video clip that I created for the event that's coming up this weekend. And I actually created 2 of them. So we're gonna play one now, and then later on we'll play the other one. All right. So if you can make it, by all means, please do come. I really would like to see you there. We're just gathering at the border because I don't like what the government is doing. I don't like the fact that the local state government is not trying to do everything they can to protect American citizens. When did American citizens become second-class citizens in America? I mean, it's almost like the whole same thing about them removing the American flag from different places in America because they said that the American flag is going to offend somebody. Are you kidding me? The American flag offending somebody in America, that's the same thing that's happening here. They're not doing everything they can to protect the American citizens. And it is basically all to go against the conservatives and our president, Donald J. Trump. That's their main goal here, is to go against him on everything. That's what they want to do. That's the main focus, is to go against the president. So right now they have Flynn, okay? And they're trying to make it look like Donald J. Trump worked with Flynn or had Flynn talk to Russia during the campaign to try to make it look like Trump colluded with Russia. And they're complaining, talking about Trump fired Comey because Comey was looking into the Russia collusion with Trump. Could it be that Comey wasn't doing his job? Could it be that Trump could it be that Trump was saying there's no Russia collusion thing here going on? You know it, I know it, we all know it. It's the liberal left media that's making it up. And if you keep going on with this, I'm asking you to just let it go and move on with the people's work. And he probably couldn't do it because he's in bed. Comey was in bed with Hillary. Comey's in bed with these liberals. Okay? So we have this clip from MSNBC, and we're going to play this clip for you, and we're going to talk about this clip. Okay? So here, let me do one thing here. Okay. Okay, let's play this clip. Go ahead and bring it over here. Okay, we're going to play this clip, and you need to listen to what they're saying here. Go ahead.
This right now.
Your refusal to acknowledge you've just endorsed an alleged pedophile for the sake of a vote tells me Roy Moore will be a Trump puppet and America no longer has a moral compass under your leadership. That was to the president.
Yeah. And I wish more Republicans would find something related to a backbone or any other anatomy part that would allow them to say the same thing. I think there's going to be a real dear price for this party to pay next year women and men around the country are looking at this and going, I cannot believe that you value the vote of a pedophile over leading this country, who finally are finding their voice to come out and speak.
Okay. He's saying that he can't, they're talking about the Republican Party here. He's talking about conservative. He's talking about conservative Christians. Rewind it just a little bit so people can get that. He's talking about conservative Christians here. And see, this is what I'm telling people before. If you don't believe that there's going to be an attack on Christianity like never before in this country, you need to wake up. Just listen to what they're saying here. And this guy, Max Steele, yeah. He claims to be a Republican. This is what you call a true rhino, okay? A Republican in name only. This is what you call a true rhino, okay? Did you rewind it? So let's listen to what he says here, okay? Carefully, go ahead.
Over leading this country, over protecting women, who finally are...
Sorry, let me rewind it a little bit more.
Okay. The anatomy part that would allow them to say the same thing. I think there's going to be a real dear price for this party to pay next year. Women and men around the country are looking at this and going, I cannot believe that you value the vote of a pedophile over leading this country, over protecting women, who finally are finding their voice to come out and speak to these types of behaviors and the aggression against them. And this political party, which has stood on the moral high ground for these 30 plus years, sanctimoniously telling people how to live their lives, sanctimoniously telling people what they should do and what they shouldn't do, sanctimoniously judging people because of who they love and where they live, now has the temerity to step.
Okay. Did you hear it? Sanctimoniously telling people how they live and where they and what they should do and stuff like that. This guy is a true rhino. Are you hearing what he's saying? And you notice he's talking about they were doing this for the last 30 years because he's referring to Roy Moore, right? Talking about because Roy Moore comes out and he says he's a Christian. We all are Christians. We've done stuff that we're not proud of. We've done stuff. We're all sinners. This is something he's talking about 30 years ago. And they're trying to say that he's a child molester, like he just went out yesterday and molested a child.
Well, the bad thing is you notice that he called him a pedophile. Yeah. He hasn't been actually, what do you say?
There's no proof. He hasn't been, there's no proof. The only thing
that's a judgment, isn't it? It's a judgment.
Exactly. It's the only thing that came out is all of a sudden, because he's running and he's making headway, the liberal left found some women that supposedly he came in contact with 30 years ago. And they expect the people in Alabama not to believe what Roy Moore is saying, but to believe what they're saying in the media. And believe these ladies. Now, have ladies been attacked aggressively in the past? Absolutely. Will ladies be attacked aggressively in the future? Absolutely. There's no way around that. But we're talking about something 30 years ago.
Well, we're not even saying that he's guilty or not guilty. We really don't know.
We don't know. But the point is, we're talking about something 30 years ago. They're acting like he's molesting children right now. He molested someone right before he announced that he was running.
Well, he hasn't been proven guilty, that's for sure.
No, he hasn't been proven guilty. The point here.
But isn't that a judgment? Like, aren't they kind of being the judge and jury right now, saying that this is who he is? And he actually said he's a pedophile.
Yeah, I'm saying they're labeling him as a pedophile, and most of the time you're not labeled a pedophile unless you've been convicted of doing such thing. He's never been convicted of that. They're just calling him that because it resonates differently by hearing the word pedophile. And you know what? The liberal left, they're 100% supporting MABLA. So where are they getting this?
You know what I don't get is he said that this party's going to pay for this in the future, but isn't the Liberal Party paying for what they did the past 8 years? I mean, we know that the country doesn't want to go the way that they're, that they wanted it to go. They're paying for it now, right?
Exactly. Well,
but they seem to think that that's the high ground. Like,
exactly. They wanted the left to go a certain way. The liberal left thought that the country was going in the right direction by changing what male sexes are, what female sexes are, the whole same-sex marriage, the way Obama was doing the climate change. He was doing everything that was the globalist with the globalist elite one, with the Illuminati ones. He was doing everything that they wanted. Well, here it comes, Donald J. Trump. And see, they thought that Hillary was going to come in and just grab the baton and keep running with it, to keep going with this crazy stuff. So let's go ahead and finish this clip and listen what he's saying. I'm telling you, this is all about Christianity. This guy is not a Christian, or if he is, he's claiming to be one, but he's not. He's not a Republican. He's a rhino. This is a clear example of a rhino. Go ahead.
Back and go, oh, well, I just think we just leave it to people to decide what they want to do.
I mean, I love you. But
This is...
You know, you're going to leave it up to people to decide what to do. This is what we're talking about here. These liberals, and he's straight up a liberal. I don't care how you spin it. He's straight up a liberal. He doesn't like this country, and he's always on MSNBC. So, I mean, seriously, I don't think I've ever seen him on Fox. I don't even think I've seen him on CNN. MSNBC is worse than CNN, if you can believe it, because CNN is really bad, but MSNBC is extremely bad. This is an attack on Christianity. Roy Moore constantly goes out and he talks about his Christian beliefs. Is he perfect? No. Show me one person that is perfect on this planet. You're not going to find it. We are under attack in this country like never before, and they are trying to do everything they can to get rid of Christians. They're attacking white people. They're attacking the president, and they're attacking conservatives. They're attacking anything that is considered right now. And I've said it repeatedly that this spiritual war that we're in, if you don't recognize that we're in it and you think you're just listening to someone talking, you're going to be sadly mistaken when you wake up one day and wondering what happened. When did all this happen? When did all this happen? Okay, so let's go ahead and go to this other clip with them on CNN. Let's go ahead and go to this other clip.
News on Friday. You can treat that as skeptically as you want to, but it comes back. I'm trying to figure out too how to interpret this tweet.
Yeah, right there.
That Donald Trump. Your refusal to acknowledge you've just endorsed.
Sanctimoniously telling people what they should and go, oh, well, I just think we just leave it to people to decide what they want to do.
I mean, I love you.
This is...
Okay.
We know that Donald Trump told Lester Holt last May that he had fired James Comey because of the Russia investigation. He basically said it to a national audience. How that could not be construed as obstruction of justice by any sort of, loose definition is beyond me. It was very much out there. We're looking for these secrets when actually it's right there in plain sight.
Well, and I'm trying to figure out too how to interpret this tweet from Saturday. And look, the White House is insisting somehow a lawyer decided to put this out as the president's first reaction to all this news on Friday. You can treat that as skeptically as you want to. I'm looking at this and I'm saying, Eddie, there's a scenario here where Donald Trump just coughed it up on Twitter and he just put it out there. This is why I actually, leaned on Comey. This was in my mind at the time, and that seems to be a fairly damning thing if that's the case. Then there's part of me that looks at this and says, what do we know from Donald Trump's pattern of public behavior? He sort of invents narratives on the fly, invents them on the spot in a very self-aggrandizing way that's often wildly contradictory with things he's said and done before. And there's a part of me that looks at it and says, he sees in the news that Flynn's pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI, and he has this instinct to say, that's right, I knew it, and that's why I fired him, thinking it'll make him look good, and then his lawyers say that's the...
Okay. See, now, they're constantly saying that, look, we already knew what he did. They're saying that they know everything here on MSNBC, like they know what's going on in the White House. They're saying that they understand, like, look, Donald Trump did this, he did that. You know what? They're not even reporting the news. They're not even, it's almost not even opinions. It's almost like they're coming up with these scenarios and they're expecting us to believe the scenarios that they're coming up with. Like, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, this is what we think is going to happen, or this is what we think is happening. They don't even know anything. If they had anything on Russia, and if this whole Russia thing was true, they would have produced it 6 months ago. They keep fishing and they keep fishing in a pond with no fish for something that's not even there to try to get at the president. This to me is a deliberate attack on the president of the United States by the liberal media. They are deliberately attacking the president of the United States. Do you hear what I'm saying? This is a deliberate attack. And these people are in America. They're not even outside of America. They are deliberately attacking the president. And they're doing it every single day. They don't do nothing else but find ways to try to attack the president. They do nothing else but try to demean the president, his office, him winning the presidency. They spend no time on anything else. If there was 48, if there was 52 hours in a day, they would spend 53 hours trying to figure out every day how to get rid of him.
Well, the lady at the beginning of the video, she basically was saying that the reason why Trump fired Comey was to stop the investigation of collusion. She's basically saying that you know, he knew that Comey was investigating him, which he already said that Comey said he wasn't investigating him. But she's basically saying that this is an impeachable offense, that he has, how do you say, he's trying to derail the investigation by firing Comey.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the reason why they said he fired Comey in the first place. Because they said that Trump was getting, or not Trump, they were saying Comey was getting close to finding out the collusion that Trump had with Russia.
But when Trump said he was firing Comey because of the investigation, he was talking about how poorly Comey was handling the investigation.
Yeah,
that's why he was terminated.
It's clear as day why he fired him, because he wasn't doing his job and he was looking into something that he knew wasn't there. I mean, seriously, then why? I mean, because to my understanding, and you know, they all keep saying that, you know, Trump, he can fire anybody he wants to. Why? Because Trump is the president. He is the boss. He is the big boss in the country. He can fire generals. He can ask generals to step down. He can ask anyone to step down, basically, to my understanding. Now, he can ask people to resign, to step down. Except for probably some elected officials and stuff like that, maybe the Senate. I'm not absolutely sure on that part, okay? But him being the president, when they work under his administration as the president, he can fire anybody he wants. And he doesn't even have to have a complete valid reason. He can fire them. If they're not doing their job, he can fire them. So they're having an issue with him doing that because they're trying to find anything they can to try to impeach the president. I'm telling you, they're picking it up like no tomorrow. They want a Christmas surprise by them impeaching the president before the year is out. They do not want him to go until January 20th. When he was actually sworn in. They do not want him to go to January 20th. And like I was just saying a second ago, this is a deliberate attack on the president of the United States. And they're not doing it physically with bullets and bombs, et cetera, et cetera. They are doing it by, if you ask me, this is a coup. And this is exactly what's going on. And they got the media pushing it full steam ahead. And what they're doing with the media, they're trying to get people to get behind them. And they brainwash so many people are just falling in suit right now. It's crazy. So let's go ahead and play this other clip. This is the clip that we're.
Oh, for what?
This is the clip that for this weekend. I just wanted to show you guys this other clip as well. So let's go ahead and play that. All right. So if you can join us this weekend, please do. Look, sometimes I come on here and sometimes it's kind of, it gets difficult with all this stuff that's going on. And I talked to some family members, and these family members are like, Will, you need to take a break. You need to take a break. And I'm thinking this spiritual war that we're in is not going to take a break because I take a break. We're in a different day and age. I've never seen this like this before. I've never thought that I would watch TV, watch the news, where they're literally attacking the president of the United States of America.
And it's okay.
Yeah, and they make it perfectly okay. I mean, this is like they believe they're taking the moral high ground by attacking the president, by trying to find something. And they've even admitted that they don't have anything. They said that we have to keep looking until we find something. You know what? And most of the time when a crime is committed, right? When a crime is committed, now you can correct me if I'm wrong, but to my understanding, when you have investigators look into something is when a crime was committed. So let me ask you, what crime was committed here for them to look into any Russian collusion? Because to my understanding, even the colluding with Russia is not a crime, right? Unless what they're doing to actually change something. So with the Trump administration, whoever it was, if they actually did collude with Russia, what did they change that committed crime for them to try to investigate any collusion in the first place? Do you hear what I'm saying? What is it? What was it? Because Hillary Clinton didn't win and they're still dumbfounded trying to figure out how could she lose? How could they spend so much money? How could she buy out the DNC?
I think she was just a front woman, though. Literally, the Democrats lost.
I mean, the Democrats did lose, but they can't understand that the American people don't want somebody, or did not want somebody, and they still don't want somebody like Hillary Rodham Clinton. I mean, what happened? What was the crime that was committed? And they keep trying to associate what happened with Nixon was happening here with Trump. See, with Nixon, he got caught. He went to the FBI trying to get the FBI, to my understanding, to spy on people. And then the FBI director at the time snitched. He told it. He opened a can of worms on it. And that's when it all came out that they were doing that. They don't have any of that here. There's nothing here. There was nothing to initiate that. There was nothing. Now, has he had people inside the Trump administration to talk to Russia? Absolutely. Should he have people inside the Trump administration to talk to Russia? Absolutely.
I mean, what about the deleting of the 30,000 emails after she had a subpoena to give them? She's running around free as a bird, and there's no investigation into her.
Yeah, and then you have CNN.
And there's actually an act.
Yeah, you have
that
CNN.
was done that shouldn't have been done.
Right, you have CNN playing the part where Trump was talking about how asking, y'all looking at Flynn and talking about Flynn lied. They said, well, what about when Hillary Clinton lied? Well, when they play that clip, and we don't have that clip, when they play that clip on CNN, and then they come back and they talk about Trump and Flynn, but they don't ever mention Hillary Clinton. And until later on, I think Wolf Blitzer may have said something about Hillary Clinton, where where Comey was sitting down at the panel and they asked Comey, did Hillary Clinton lie? And see, what they're not showing you is they're not showing you what the question was. What did she lie about? Did she lie about X, Y, or Z? Now, the question before that, see, they're not showing that part. Now, if they were to ask him, did they lie? Did she lie about the server, wiping the server? So they took the server that she was using, the unlawful server. the unsecure server, and gave it to the FBI. But before they gave it to the FBI, they wiped it clean. They did a what they called a low format on it. It's a 0 format on it. It's just write ones and zeros, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, ones and 0, just over and over to format it. They use a software, and it's supposedly really expensive, called Bleach Bit. If FBI came to me and asked me for information like a cell phone or a server or something that I have, and I gave it over to them completely blank, I would go to prison just for that, because I tampered with evidence. They're completely lawless. And I've said that repeatedly, over and over. The liberal left, the liberal media, they're completely lawless. And to be honest with you, I'm getting absolutely fed up with them attacking our president. I'm getting disgusted with them attacking our president. And then they got the nerve to talk about our president is racist. And I'm like, prove it. He's not racist. Because if he was racist, he wouldn't have done what he did with Jesse Jackson. If he was racist, he wouldn't allow the lady to stay in the Trump hotel.
He helped the basketball players from UCLA.
He helped the basketball players avoid 10 years prison. What racist does that? And they're constantly saying that he's racist. And the reason why people believe it, because that's what the liberal media tells them. We are literally at war, people. We are at war. Just because guns aren't flying around and stuff like that right now, it's like it is a civil war, but they're being civil about it. They're trying to be civil about it. But they're literally attacking the president.
Somebody said on here, Hillary never lied to FBI under oath. Was Flynn actually under oath when he lied?
Who?
I mean, I don't think he was under a testament. Well, I guess he was under investigation.
Well, when the FBI asks you any questions, if you don't give them the correct information, you don't even have to be under oath, to my understanding. You can just be talking to them. They come and ask you questions. You lie to them.
Now, Clinton lied under oath. Bill Clinton did, her husband.
Well, Billy did. But you know what? Even though the point that the criminal activity, her wiping the server out, her destroying the cell phones with the data on it. I mean, look at her email showing up on Weiner's laptop.
Look what she did to Bernie Sanders and the DNC. She basically just took it over.
I mean, she bought out the DNC and kicked Bernie out, and they know it. And Donna Brazile wrote her book out and put it out because she didn't want to end up in a body bag. I mean, literally, she didn't want to end up in a body bag. All right, so, hey. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you can, please gather with us in San Diego. I'm going to be there. It's from 12 to 2 o'clock. And you can go to uniteamericafirst.com and support everything that we're doing. And we're going to try to bring more and more. I'm going to bring some guests on here soon. We have a lot of things lined up because this is election year that's coming up, 2018. And I'm always talking about vote them out.
Yeah, we got the border thing this weekend. In March, we have the rally in Sacramento, and then in April, you're going to Dearborn, Michigan.
Yes. So we have a lot of, and on top of that, we're going to be talking about the election. Absolutely.
So we got a lot going on.
Oh yeah, and just in a few days, Judge Roy Moore, state of Alabama. So if you're in Alabama, you've got to go out and support. If the liberals, let me put it this way. If the liberals don't like Judge Roy Moore, I love him. I'm serious. Because the Democrats, they support everything of Satan. And then they act like they had an issue with trying to call him a child molester. What about Franken? They have actual proof on him, but they don't want to let him go. UniteAmericaFirst.com, votethemout.org. If you want more information about the rally this weekend, go to my profile page, the page I'm streaming this from mainly right now. If you're on YouTube, go to my Facebook page. There's a link in the description below, and you can just go to events. You can see the event. if you want to help out or participate in any kind of way, please send me a message. We need participation as much as possible. So I want to thank everybody for watching. God bless you. God bless America. Stay strong and good night. Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching. My name is Will Johnson, Unite America First. I want to thank you for joining me. I want to let you know that if you're watching right now on Facebook, you can always watch us on YouTube at the same time. We stream at YouTube along with Facebook that way. So some people prefer one platform over the other. So by all means, whichever platform that you like, please go to it. And if you haven't sometimes gone to YouTube, go there, because there's people that come on YouTube and watch, and they're having conversation as well while the show is going on. And of course, here on Facebook. All right, so there's a lot going on right now in the world, but let me say this first. We have an event coming up this weekend in San Diego. And this event is for going to the border. I'm going to the border in San Diego, and a lot of people want to push this to life. Event that's coming up this weekend, and I actually created two of them. So we're gonna play one now, and then later on we'll play the other one. I'm going down to San Diego, and myself, Ben, and Marcos, and there's another gentleman named Jeff, and there's quite a few people that's going. Hareem is going, and there's a lot of people going. And to be honest with you, I was just thinking that maybe might be 20 of us down there. And if 20 of us is down there, that's fine by me. The reason why I'm going is because I want to bring attention to what's happening in the state of California. And also, this is, for the border patrols that are getting shot at and getting killed. I mean, these men and women are down they're literally on the front line from the rest of the world trying to protect us. And you have the liberal left that's trying to do everything they can to allow these illegals come in here. And it's not even just illegals. It's illegal criminals. I like to say it like that, illegal criminals. And you can't put illegal and criminal, I mean, they're pretty much the same thing, but you have some that are just completely hateful. And the liberal left media is trying to make it look like Donald J. Trump is racist because he wants to protect us. It's completely crazy. So I'm gonna play this video clip for you. And it's a video clip that I created for the Kay Steinle. And you know what? Kay Steinle, her memories are going to be there. We're going to talk about Kay Steinle most definitely. We didn't have any plan, or the plan was not to have this event in San Diego because of what's going to happen with the Kay Steinle trial. That didn't even come up at all. But part of the reason is because of everything that's going on with criminals coming to the country and harming American citizens. And that's the main reason why we want to do this, and the main reason why we're going there is because all the human trafficking, the gun trafficking, the drug trafficking, all of this taking place, and the mainstream media is focused on Trump wanting to build a wall to protect us all, as if that's a bad thing. That's what they're focusing on. Trump building a wall as if that's a bad thing when he's wanting to build the wall to protect us here in America. And we have a local state, our local state government is pretty much a tyrannical or a tyrant. The local state government here is completely tyrant. And it's like gone far, it's just gone far enough. I mean, people are getting fed up with it. People are getting sick about it. So